right, people, I guess we're gonna be reacting to me, I guess, right? Oh my God, Father Alex confessed. No, it's not me, people. I don't know why you guys keep commenting on his. I was looking at his videos and people were like, "Oh, Father Alex is you. You're gonna piss him off, calling him Alex, and then he's gonna find out I'm the Alex." So let's watch the video. Let's continue, man.
This is cunning, but it works. One of the most powerful strategies that I've discovered in drawing people to me and making them want to be with me is disqualifying them. What's disqualifying?
Disqualifying. Okay.
Well, when I hire people, naturally, when I don't think they belong in our company, I naturally tell them why. I tell them why this is not a good fit. Well, something surprising happens when you do that. They actually start to convince you that you're wrong. They get emotional. And they start lowering their standards. They'll say they'll work 6 days. They'll accept less pay, less benefits. Something happens when you tell people why they are not a good fit for you. And this revealed to me a very basic part of human nature. Humans are stubborn. They don't like being told what they can't have. They desire what they can't have. Put yourself in that position by putting a fence over people, consistently looking for reasons why you wouldn't work out with them. For example, let's just say a 40-year-old guy is trying to date a 25-year-old lady. Rather than convince her why he's a perfect match for him, what that older gentleman should do is the following. As he's talking to her, he should tell her how young she is. She's 25 years old. You're so young, you're just a baby. Me and you would never work out.
What that is sorry about that. In sales, that's called creating objections, like identifying objections. Meaning, if I know you have a problem that I'm from New York City, for example, and you live in Mexico, and I'm trying to date you, if I know that's a problem, rather than let you complain about it and say, "Oh, but you live in Mexico," you know, I'll say, "Oh man, this might not work out because I live in New York City. You know, we may not be a good fit." Because what it does is that it pushes people away. In their minds, they're like, "Wait a minute, you're supposed to be convincing me, not convince me out of it." And people who don't like being told what to do, which is, they'll start to like convince you why it should work out, why it will work out. Or if you say, "Oh, I work too much," and you demand too much, see that'll get you killed, right? I can say like, or for example, I'm too busy, right? I'm way too busy. I don't have time because of my work. I really like you, but you may not like it. You know, but I'll make time. And like, think about it. I'm telling you, this may not work out, right? Naturally, what you feel is like a shitty feeling, like, oh. And then when you feel like, oh, you feel a desire to fix that. You're like, oh, but what? No, we could work out. And that trying to convince me without causes you to like me more, because it's almost like when prisoners in China, not China, Japan, they were told to write why America sucks. And they said that the process of writing it convinced a lot of them that we're not a good country. Or back then, right? Convinced a lot of them that we're not good, right? And maybe they believed we're good, but the act of writing it and coming up with ideas leads you in that direction. So I do agree with that. That is actually a really good strategy, because even Jesus did that. Jesus said, "Look, man, if you don't want to be with me, get the fuck out." No, I'm not get the fuck out, but like, he's like, if you're not willing to give me everything, it's best you leave, right? I only want those who are committed. And he literally disqualifies the whole crowd. Says, "You guys are not going to heaven," like something like that, right? And what it does is it has the opposite effects. Like, just point out why. Just say, "Oh, don't tell people you watch my channel, okay? Don't tell people you watch my channel if you're gonna be doing that," right? And this is something that you guys wanna implement, because it at the end of the day, it's really looking out for red flags. You're looking out for red flags, and you're pointing out why it wouldn't work out. And it's almost like this is why people who we don't like us back, because I think we do this naturally when we don't like them. We do this completely naturally because we don't like them. So it's not gonna work out. Girl, I live too far. No, you don't live far. Yes, I do. I gotta take a plane. Like, you know.
I was 15 before you were born. Something
What?
paradoxical happens to women. Me and you would never work
Oh,
out.
okay.
I was 15 before you were born.
Like, call the cops on this motherfucker.
Something paradoxical happens to women when you do that. It causes them to say, no, I am not. I am mature. It doesn't matter. In fact, they'll start acting mature. They'll start to copy your beliefs. They'll start to dress in a mature way, all in an attempt to prove you wrong. If they manage to succeed in that, now you say how you're too busy to be with them, how it wouldn't work out, how your personality is difficult, how you are a distant person, or maybe how you're too needy and how maybe she wouldn't be ready for something like that.
Yeah.
Something.
This isn't something crazy girls have told me that. Oh, I'm too crazy. I believe them though. Right? But telling people your flaws and why your flaws will not work in this relationship, it's brilliant. It's brilliant because you're being honest with people. You're giving them a chance, but it's a little manipulative though because you're framing it in a way that if they're the type of person that goes after what they want, and if they're the type of person that gets more motivated when there's more resistance, this works. This fucking works. And I can see this working on hoes. Oh my god, Father Alex is trying to get hoes. Yeah. This works on hoes, man.
Amazing happens when you do that. They start to tell you why they're perfect for you. They start to emotionally invest. In fact, when you start to tell them why this wouldn't work out, they feel a pang of pain in their chest. It hurts their ego. They've never heard a man tell them why this wouldn't work out. There's a lot of power in pushing people away.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of power to playing the father who's trying to tell her daughter not to date that toxic guy. You are being that. This works even better if they're rebellious. Tell a rebellious person why they shouldn't be with you, and all of a sudden they'll start to think of all of the reasons why they should be with you. Insidious indeed. These disqualifying statements also accomplish the following. It'll make you look less eager. It'll make you appear like you have more options because you're pushing someone who is so attractive, something so foreign for them, for someone to be pushing them away.
I believe you should wrap every flaw of you, shut up. You should wrap every flaw of yours with the strategy. If you're needy and creepy, tell people you're needy and creepy. It may not work out. Like sometimes it's a good warning for people who are not going to deal with you. But sometimes it's like you're almost like, let's just say you're not psychotic. I feel bad for people who are psychotic. But let's just say you're bipolar, right? Nothing wrong with that. But people have flaws. It'll attract those who want to rescue you. Like those are the ones you want to be with, the ones that are okay with it, right? If you're the type of person, if you don't have a lot of friends, for example, you're embarrassed of that, and they have a lot of friends, you literally point that out. You'd be surprised. You sort of like, because you're framing it in a way that pushes them away. You're not framing like, I know I don't have a lot of friends, but I'm nice. No, you're like, I don't have a lot of friends. You got a lot of friends. That might not work out. You're almost like you're disqualifying them. But that only happens when you're in the position of power, when you're in the position of authority. It's a fucking sneaky shit, this motherfucker, man.
So foreign for them, for someone to be pushing them away.
Let's go back.
Appear like you have more options because you're pushing someone who is so attractive, something so foreign for them, for someone to be pushing them away. They'll backward rationalize that you must be high value. Why else would you be pushing me away? Most people don't have patience with me. I control most people. Most people want me right now. Why are you pushing me all away?
Are you gay?
What's behind that facade? People will grow curious about you. They'll sense a magnetic aura radiating from you. It's
true.
not natural for people to do this, and as a result, you get an unnatural positive response.
Natural what?
Do this, and as a result, you get an unnatural positive response.
Positive, okay.
I've seen this turn dynamics around. where you had a relationship with someone and you loved them, but you were tired of their lack of effort, and so you left and you said this is not going to work out. You don't love me enough. You don't try enough. You don't think hard enough. That jolts them. That wakes them up. In fact, they start to respect you more. In a job, when you quit, when you leave, it's when they give you a raise.
That's true.
And you begin to see what I'm talking about. There is power in talking rationally. There is power in making sense. This is nothing manipulative. Sometimes
Nigga, yes it is.
they're not good for you. Sometimes they're too young. Sometimes they're too immature. And we are afraid to say that because we don't want to offend them. Fuck them. Tell them the truth. Reality is something people are running away from. And as a result, they'll start to tell a fantasy about you in their heads that is not really you, but that is more attractive than you. They'll fall in love not with you, but with the image they have of you, all because they're rebellious. They don't have to be rebellious for this to work, but it helps if they're rebellious. The strategy works on all. Use it wisely.
Yeah, yo, hey, that is a beautiful way to master your flaws. I'll say that. That is a beautiful way, man. Finding reasons why you guys wouldn't work out is a healthy way of viewing it. But this motherfucker makes it look like you're conniving and shit, man. Yeah, I totally agree, man. I totally agree. What else is there to say, man? What the fuck? Yeah, man, that's some crazy shit, man. That's some crazy shit. Anyways, man, let me know what you guys think about this, man. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org. Check out our Patreon for more content, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Do you give off Terminator vibes because you're so masculine? Or do you give off nice girl, creepy, and needy vibes because you're just too feminine? The problem is that both sides suffer greatly in their business life, relationships life, and friendships with family and friends. And if you don't know how to fix that, you will repeat the same pattern your whole life and never escape. Well, guess what? I have a course for you, and it's called The Feminine Woman. It's pretty much a course on how to increase your self-esteem through practical means, not through giving you guys affirmation and wishing that you stop being Terminators or you stop being needy and creepy goldfish. No, I'll give you practical things that by you doing this, if you're too masculine, I swear people will say there's something in you. You look more relaxed. You're just more comforting. You become more emotionally open because I teach you guys those strategies. It's a 5-week course. If you're too masculine, you are successful in life, you are successful in business, but you struggle with connecting. And so that course will give you practical things that if you're Terminator, you'll come out human, people. Like you'll just give off a more relaxed vibe. It's what I did in my life to heal me from my toxic masculinity. It's a 5-week course, and in that I teach you guys how to let go of the past. I teach you guys how to use your feminine energy to influence without being too sexual, which might sabotage you. I'll teach you guys how to use the masculine to be assertive without scaring people off because sometimes it could be too much. It's a course that balances those things out, okay? So if you go Bronx mode, if you're too Beverly Hills mode, I'll teach you guys how to go Bronx mode, or better yet, south side of Chicago type of shit. Well, now you're just a serial killer right there, right? And with this course has a 30-day money back guarantee, and if you purchase it, you guys also get access to the Zoom meditation group where we both meditate, or we all meditate on a weekly basis, and you guys get access to the WhatsApp group. And it's really a good course. If you guys don't like it, just ask for your money back. I mean, you guys can see the reviews right here. A lot of people like those reviews. And you'll see the results. And if you don't see the results, then I'll just give you your money back. Like I'm not gonna scam you guys if it doesn't work, but I know it's gonna work. So you do that now. Don't end up like Frida Kahlo. All right? Don't do that shit. Y'all just think you guys can break my rules and tell people you watch my channel. You can't do that. Okay? So purchase that right now. It's a lifetime. You get lifetime access to that course, and I'll see you guys inside. Take care. Let's continue with the video.